Hello and welcome back to Cafe Tarot Talk. Hope everybody is doing well. I decided that I want to come out here every Wednesday and every Sunday. Wednesday is that midpoint in the week, and there could be some messages of healing, messages of hope and inspiration. And then on Sundays, which we can take within the week. And again, my readings are for all signs, and they are timeless messages. So whenever you happen to come upon this reading, know it's been meant for you to hear at that time. It's not time-stamped, it is timeless. And today's message, I have a lot of decks that I was guided to pull, and I will go along and tell you which decks I'm using. So get yourself comfortable, get yourself coffee, tea, iced tea, whatever it is that is your favorite beverage, because this is going to be, I feel like, quite a big message. And it is in the areas of love and relationships. What I have been learning over the course of time, when I personally am going through some kind of hardship or I'm in a dark place when it comes to matters of the heart, once I can move myself through whatever emotions I'm feeling, it allows me to step into a place where I can tune into collective energy. I'm an empath and a highly sensitive person, so I can feel, I feel collectively when there's a message that needs to be brought forth. And I always meditate and I'm always guided to come out here when I feel prompted to, and I feel Wednesdays and Sundays again are the best days. This is in the area of love and relationships, and so prior to turning the camera on, I pulled out my Archangel Fire Oracle. I've said this in my last two videos. This is fairly new. I've had it for several months, but I'm still connecting to all of the angels, and so I will pull a card meditating upon what angel wants to make their presence known and what message they have for the collective. And it's normally, I'm guided through music. Music has always meant so much to me in my life, and I'm able to express feelings and emotions that I can't verbally express, but through music I can definitely express. And I was not surprised that Archangel Gabriel has made his presence known. This is card number 28, and it reduces to an 11. I have seen 1111 and the number 11 a lot in the last several weeks, more so than I have in a very long time. And that is a message to me that I'm on the right path, that I'm connecting to my angels, my guides, God, source, universe, however you see God. I do use the word God because I understand what God is to me and what God represents, but I also interchange with spirit and universe. And Gabriel, one of the things that Gabriel represents is music. He's about clear-cut communication. He's about communicating from the heart. He's about peace and clarity. And so for those writers, for those artists, for those musicians, I feel that they can connect to Gabriel very clearly and very easily. And so I don't normally read from the book, but these are some messages that I feel. And this is in the area of love and relationships. What I feel his message is to have clear communication. A lot of times when a person has been conditioned or they are triggered, they are either react out of a conditioned response or a trauma response based on what they've been shown in the area of love and relationships. This is a subject that has come up for me in my life very recently, and so I'm not surprised that I'm being guided to come out here to share this message. Gabriel, in the area of love and relationships, this is about peaceful, clear communication. It is about our path, following the path of the heart without fear. And so Gabriel in this particular deck represents holy purpose. Gabriel is one of the most famous archangels, along with Archangel Michael. And Gabriel can be perceived as either a male or female, and is shown in the card as an androgynous figure to honor the balance of this angel's masculine and feminine qualities. Known as God's messenger, Gabriel's name means God has shown himself. He helps us discover our truth and true life path, and is particularly helpful to writers and those in the communication industries. Gabriel can bring hope during those times when you may feel all hope is lost. Again, Gabriel brings hope in times of hardship, accompanies new beginnings, and guides us through the veil of illusion. So his message here, the message from the card itself: you are in total alignment with your sacred purpose. Feel hopeful. All is unfolding exactly as it should, according to the divine plan for your life. And this also includes in the area of love. Archangel Gabriel, he is part of the archangels of the white race, so his color is a sparkling white flame. His chakra is called the casual chakra, which is the upper back of the head. The healing qualities he represents is hope, higher purpose, higher consciousness, collective consciousness of the planet, purity, peace, clarity, and spiritual gifts. If you'd like to connect with Archangel Gabriel, selenite, white howlite, candle quartz, petalite, and calcite. The essential oil is jasmine, and this constellation or star is Sirius, the dog star, and Pegasus, the winged horse. I feel what I'm feeling from this card and from his message, because we have white lilies and we have a dove and he's blowing the horn. This is about taking the path of the heart, being very open and clear and concise with your communication with yourself first and foremost, and connecting to your higher self and your higher power, because it is only then we can honestly hear our heart speak to us. When we have been covered in trauma and abuse of any kind in the area of love and relationships, it's really hard to hear that soul voice, that our heart's voice, because what is covering that is a lot of pain, a lot of heart pain, a lot of trauma. I just feel a lot of heartbreak and grief in the realms of love and relationship. Grief is love that has not been able to be expressed. So what happens is that our bodies fill up, and it comes out of our eyes through tears, which is cleansing. So with that being said, let's get started. I'm pulling a card from the Dark Mirror Oracle, because this will shed some light on some of the shadow aspect, I will be doing a Celtic cross, but I have several decks that I'll be also using to add on to the messages that are coming forth. I am burning rose incense, which is connected to the heart. So I'm very connected to the heart space, my heart space, which I've cleared away in order to come out here, meditated on this, and so this is going to show the shadow. Okay, sacrifice, we have number 7. Number 7 vibrates with the energy of spirituality, our spiritual path, holy purpose, unconditional love. And if we have taken the path of love, it is not a Hallmark movie, and it is not rainbows, unicorns, and sunshine all the time. Love can be hard in the sense that when we have been treated poorly in the area of love, we have been conditioned. It is this path of love to put one foot in front of the other, to unlearn all of the conditioning, and this takes time. And with this card here, the Dark Mirror Oracle, this is sacrifice. Where in your life have you sacrificed yourself in the name of love? Is it martyrdom? Is it victimhood? this is Gabriel and my guides and the universe and God is saying that when we sacrifice ourselves to the point of our own detriment, when we sacrifice our needs in the hopes that we are going to be seen, that we are going to be heard, and that we are going to be loved, what it does is it siphons our energy and we end up last. I wrote a post about this, so I'm not surprised it's coming up. So I feel that this is a collective message. This isn't just me personally, but I can see where this is coming out, because this is something that I've been walking through recently. And it's not about sacrificing yourself to love. This isn't about, that is not love. Love is a compromise in the sense that we are able to step inside and see through the lens of another person, to be able to empathize without sacrificing ourselves, to be able to hold space for another, so we can see where they are coming from without any judgment, without any criticism, and without our own conditioning to cloud what the other person is trying to share with us. If for those who are in a toxic situation and in a toxic relationship where we feel trapped, know that you are not trapped. This is where Gabriel comes in. Gabriel wants you to know that is to connect it. In order to connect to that inner peace, it's taking one small step, because Gabriel, Archangel Gabriel, is the Temperance Angel. My channel used to be called Temperance Angel Tarot, and the Temperance Angel is about moderation. It is about equilibrium. It is about learning to come to that place of equilibrium, and this was my last reading, is that all of the energy that we have poured onto another to the detriment of ourselves is to move away in small increments, one breath at a time, one step at a time, and pour that energy into another aspect. In other words, pour that energy into our own hearts so we can love ourselves in the way that we love others. The one thing I feel that Gabriel and the universe and God shows us when we have loved to the point of sacrifice is the beautiful capacity to love. For those of you who are empaths, who are highly sensitive, who resonate with this message, you have the capacity. Your heart is so full and so full of love, so full of unconditional love. But in order to have that reciprocated back to you, it is for you to pour all of that love back into yourself. And so the next, what it is that we have the Rose Oracle. The Rose Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. I love this deck. I want a message from the Rose Oracle. Rose Oracle in the realm of love and relationships. What is the medicine of the rose? What does the rose want to say to us, to you in the collective? Okay, there's two that came out. Nope, just this one. This is right here. It says the fertile void, inner winter, rest, patience, potency, secret beginnings. If you have come to a place, if you are in a place of transition and you have recognized that you have sacrificed yourself to the detriment of your own well-being, this is where, and we move away. When we move away from something that has been harming our heart and harming our soul, when we move away from toxicity, a toxic relationship, even this love can be, I see this more in the realm of romantic and committed relationships. We then come to a place which is like a void. We are in the void. We moved away from it, and it's like, well, now what? Let this be your inner winter. The season of winter is all about reflection and introspection. It reminds me of the Hermit card in the tarot, and I did a Virgo new moon reading for Virgo season, and the Virgo came up as the heartbeat of this Virgo season is about inner reflection, this fertile void. This is about allowing yourself to rest. Allow yourself to rest. Give yourself patience and time to heal, because with the heart has an ever unfolding capacity to love. But when we have been hurt and there has been pain in the heart space, it's going to take a lot of compassion and time and patience on our part. There is potency in this area of an inner winter. There is potency in allowing ourselves to move through the cycles of grief. I did on my Instagram page, Cafe Tarot Talk, I did a reel about ambiguous loss and ambiguous grief. This is grieving for someone who is still alive. This could be, you could be in a situation where you are in love or have loved an addict, alcoholic. This is grieving for someone who is still alive, and we sacrifice because we love so much. We love that person so much, to the point of that we become sick ourselves. Our addiction, their addiction has become our addiction. So that's another message that is coming through. Allow yourself, and if you have moved away or in the process of moving away and making a plan to move away from this, give yourself this inner winter. Give yourself this rest. Be patient with yourself. The potency of this, these secret beginnings, this is something that you might not be able to see right now if you are in a place of intense pain. Allow the pain to subside. Allow yourself to cycle through. Allow yourself, if that means shutting off the noise, if that means turning off all mobile devices and just getting outside in nature, sitting in contemplation and meditation, and allowing yourself to just feel yourself through. With that being said, I want to pull a Whispers of Love card. No. I want to pull a card from the Mary Magdalene Oracle. And right here, right now, on the bottom of the deck, we have Purgatory. I'm going to, and the Resurrection. I'm going to also, those are the two from the bottom of the deck that I'm going to pull. I feel that is very important with this message. With Archangel Gabriel, the blowing of the horn, it also reminds me of the Judgment card in the tarot. I feel for a lot of those out there have blown the horn. They have had enough. And it's not out of anger. It is out of, I can no longer hurt myself. I need to find a way out where I can find inner peace, where I can find the love for myself enough to move forward with peace and with clarity. And so connect with music, connect with art, connect with the written word. If that speaks to your soul, connect with Archangel Gabriel. So Mary Magdalene, her energy is always with me. Here we are. All right. See, also we have Universal Christ consciousness. This is the frequency, vibration, and energy, and the template of unconditional love. Unconditional love means just that. There are no conditions. You love for the sake of loving, but that does not mean that you love to the point where you're hurting yourself, that you deplete yourself, and you allow yourself to just pour absolutely every piece of you into another person, because what ends up happening is that leaves you last. And what can breed is resentment and bitterness and anger. But what it is that I'm sensing more than anything else, yes, I do sense that there are some out there that are feeling very resentful and bitter and don't understand. I keep pouring my heart out over and over and over again, and I don't understand that they're not seeing that. I also feel that there's a group out there that there isn't a bitterness, there is not a resentment. There is a deep well of sadness because it's in a place where I just wish they would understand. Can't they see my heart? Well, if a person has been, if a person is in their own pain, if a person is living within their own conditioning, they cannot see that. And it's not because they don't care, and it's not because they don't have the capacity to love. It's because they have been hurt themselves, and it's really hard to look past that and to step outside of that. And I am not talking about, I'm going to make this very clear, if you are in a situation where you are being abused, if you are being hit, if you are being abused in any way, get out, find a way. There is help. I am not referring to that at all. I am not referring to the textbook term of narcissism and narcissistic people. I do not throw that word around, like confetti, like I hear it all the time. If you are in a situation where you are being harmed and abused, I'm going to put in the description box below numbers where you can reach out. There is help out there. So I need to put that out there. This is not what it is that I am referring to, but I do feel that there could be people out there that are in this situation. There is help out there, and you deserve love, and you deserve to be loved. You are lovable. You always have been. Get the help. So, moving forward with the Magdalene Oracle, we have purgatory. So I feel this fertile void. It's almost like we feel that we are in a place of purgatory, that we're just kind of floating. We're in this in-between space, and we don't know which direction to go. What is our next step? Allow yourself to kind of hang out. This goes back to the fertile void, fertile ground. This is a place where you can plant new roots. This is a place, secret beginnings can be your resurrection. And the other is, this is a transformation. This is a transformation, this kind of transformation where you are seeing things exactly as they are. And you are allowing yourself to move in the direction that your higher power, your higher self, and your heart and soul is prodding you and slowly pushing and nudging you to walk into. But it is a fear. It's a fear of the unknown. It is a fear that, will I ever be loved? Will I ever be accepted? The answer is an unequivocal yes. There's healing to be done. So this purgatory, you don't want to hang out there too long. But going back to the Rose Oracle, the fertile void, this is potent because it's fertile. This is a place where you can literally just decompress and regroup and then come out and resurrect. It's a resurrection of the heart, a resurrection of the soul, connecting to that Christ consciousness and connecting to the frequency and vibration of unconditional love. And to understand what that truly is. Unconditional love, if you are a parent, whether that is to humans or to your fur children, your fur babies, dogs in particular, and babies and children, the way in which we love our children is unconditional love. The way we receive love through our pets is unconditional love. It is being in the present moment. It is not dwelling in the past. It is not worrying about the future. It is knowing in this present moment that I am safe, that I am loved, that I am seen, and that I am heard. That is what unconditional love is. It is understanding that we can love, and sometimes we have no other choice but to love someone else from afar, from a distance, because they are unable to reciprocate back to you the love that you so feel deep inside your heart. Okay, so next we have the power of surrender. This is a very powerful energy I'm feeling. A very powerful collective energy that I'm feeling. So this is the Power of Surrender cards by Judith Orloff, MD. Okay, any others? I like to choose. I can't make this shit up even if I wanted to. All right, so there are 2 here. Actually, 4 messages. Okay, surrender your attachment to results. Surrender your attachment to results. The formula for success is to do all you can to make things happen, then let go of the results. Holding on too tightly to a desired outcome can sabotage it. When we love, a lot of times we hold on to dear life that we literally choke the life out of a connection. Surrender, detachment with love, and letting go is not, it does not mean that we don't care. It does not mean that we give up. We are allowing ourselves to just, the only way I can always describe this is like tug of war, when a game of tug of war, when we release our hands from that rope and we just surrender because we're tired, we're hurting. And the only way that we can move out of that space is to just let go of the grip and to let go of expectations and to let go of the outcome of what the results are. Surrender the habit of people pleasing. What did I say? I've been saying this from the beginning. Speak your needs and be true to yourself. Focus on your own happiness instead of always trying to make everyone else happy. Not every single person is going to like us. Not every single person is going to agree with us. We cannot live our entire lives in trying to please everybody else around us. Not everybody is going to be happy with the things we say, the choices we make, the decisions we make. It's just human nature. When we have lived our lives through people-pleasing, enabling, and codependency, we put ourselves in a position to always be disappointed and hurt. And we just dissolve our needs because we so badly want to be loved. We so badly want to be validated and seen and heard. But that is just a recipe for pain. Great pain, sadness, suffering, and grief. Then we have surrender, denial. Accept people and situations exactly as they are without denying the difficulties. Then you can see things clearly and make the best decisions. Acceptance. This is something that I have personally been working through for a long time. And I've shared this story very openly on my Cafe Tarot Talk Instagram page. The journey that I have taken alongside my oldest, who is now on a path of recovery, almost 100 days, I believe, 3 times going into rehab. And now this last time, he is now actually working a program and walking a recovery path. But along the way, the lessons that I had to learn, the lessons were very hard and very harsh. And one of those lessons was acceptance. Accepting that there could have been and could be a real possibility that my son could die. That is an extreme example. But if you are living in a situation with a person who is challenged with addiction, in a toxic scenario where you are being devalued, learning to look at things for exactly as they are, coming to a place of acceptance that this is what it is, and nothing I can say and nothing I can do is ever going to change it, because we have no control over another person. We only have control over ourselves. Surrender, defensiveness. Defensiveness is a sign of weakness. I do not believe that. I have never believed that. To me, defensiveness is derived from the way in which we have been treated, the experiences we have walked through and endured. To communicate in a more empowered way, stay centered and hear someone out. Then offer a clear, non-defensive response. I do not believe that defensiveness is a sign of weakness. To me, defensiveness is a sign that we have been shamed. I will admit that in my own life, I have had a tendency to become defensive when what it is that I'm seeing and hearing is familiar to something that I have experienced in my past from childhood on. That is not a weakness. It is a conditioned response, a trauma response. So with that being said, all of these, now I am going to pull some tarot. Okay, so pulling some tarot. And so I am using this deck right here, is the Psychic Tarot of the Heart by John Holland. And I'm also going to be using my Crow Tarot and maybe my black and white deck. So the heartbeat of this, well, is sacrifice. The sacral chakra, 2. Okay, so number 2. So sacral chakra is the seat of our emotions. It is the seat of our creativity. It is sexual energy. It is the center of creation. This is the area in which it's by the pubic bone. Orange in color. This has to do with when we have been abused, when there has been sexual abuse in the past also. This is where we shut down, that we have shut off our deepest feelings, desires, and emotions, and instead we walk in fear. We're always fearing that we are going to continuously be hurt over and over and over again. So it's better for me to shut down and shut myself off and keep people at a distance because I don't want to ever feel that pain again. That is the cornerstone of this reading, this message, sacrifice. And sacrificing ourselves also stems from abuse in that manner as well, because we feel that we have to work hard to get someone's attention, to get someone's love and time. That stems from these root causes. And so with the Crow Tarot, we have the King of Wands. King of Wands is fire element. This is the crosses. This is what crosses. This is the challenge. The challenge is feeling confident. And the challenge is being able to see the vision of love, because the vision of love that we carry has been distorted because of past. Because the King of Wands is a visionary, and he's strong and confident, knows where he's been, and understands that he is not a product of his past. Lizard represents, this is like the third time the King of Wands has come up, so I'm feeling that this is a challenge for quite a number of people, is seeing that we have infinite possibilities in the realm of love and relationships, that we have, although we have an infinite capacity to love, but the love is coming from a place where we have been harmed and wronged before in the past. And this lizard represents a regeneration of life. I said this in another reading, in another one of my videos. When you cut the tail off of a lizard, it regenerates itself. This is about a regeneration with the rose. This is a regeneration of the heart medicine, fertile ground, the fertile void. Okay, so what is beneath? What lies beneath? What lies beneath this? We have the Empress. We have the Empress. We have the Empress. This is the number 3, the Holy Trinity. Number 4 card, joy and stability. What I feel here with the Empress, along with joy and stability. What we have tried to create. The Empress is about unconditional love. It's about kindness. It's about creation, manifestation. This is about ultimate self-care, caring for ourselves in such a way that it resonates outward. Joy and stability. This is the foundation in which we have been searching for. This is the foundation in which we have so wanted, so deep inside of our heart, is to be in a place where we are joyful and stable, where there is kindness and unconditional love. But if we go back to the messages that I have been sharing all along, which I don't remember. Oh, here they are. Here they are. Sacrifice and people-pleasing, purgatory. We are in this fertile ground now, because what it is that we have wanted in our heart isn't a bad thing, and it is absolutely possible. And it can only be possible is if we heal our own wounding and we understand what true unconditional love is, as opposed to a toxic model that we have been conditioned to believe and see. So what has been in the recent past, I've been talking about this. So the Six of Pentacles in reverse. This came out in my Virgo reading, I think. In the past, there's been no reciprocity. There's been no balance. There has been no balance. And you are not a charity case, because the Six of Pentacles upright is about charity, charitable acts of kindness, but in reverse, there's no balance. There's no reciprocity, and you are not a charity case. You are a being of love. You deserve love. You deserve peace. You deserve to be treated with the utmost love, care, and respect. So what is the highest aspiration that can come out of this? The highest aspiration from all of this? Okay. 10 of Swords. Highest aspiration to come of this is a putting an end. This is putting a complete and permanent end in this chapter of your life in the realm of love and relationships, in matters of the heart. This is understanding and putting yourself first, that your needs are important, that you are important, that you deserve love, and that you deserve kindness, and that you deserve respect and open, clear communication, that you don't deserve to be unseen and unheard. That is the highest aspiration. What is in the near future? What is in the near future? Before moving forward, every single one of these swords are all of the words and beliefs from those around you that have pierced your heart, that have betrayed you, that is what is being put to an end. All of these swords. Swords, are the whole suit of swords, are about challenges. It is about our beliefs. It is about our thought processes. And it is listening to those voices of the past that don't allow us to move forward, that have betrayed our heart over and over and over again. There comes a point when the words "I'm sorry" becomes empty and meaningless, because true, honest forgiveness and true, honest apology is a change in behavior. And hurt people. So this is putting an end to hurting yourself. It is putting an end to putting yourself in a position to continuously hurt yourself. Okay, so the near future. All right, so here we have the near future. I'm going back to this Rose Oracle message, this fertile void, the fertile void here, because the first card in the near future is the Hanged Man. This is about taking your time. This is about taking a step back. This is about that inner winter, the rest, the patience, what I was sharing before. This is about being able to take a step back, hang out for a little bit, and to start seeing things from a completely different perspective. This is about seeing things from the lens of a higher power, through the lens of unconditional love, through the lens of Christ consciousness. Because because when we do that, when we take a step back and we just allow ourselves to heal, Four of Wands comes out. This is about celebrating, a celebration. This is about stability and harmony and happiness within the home, within your heart, within relationships. And the Four of Cups in reverse. This will lift. Will lift the sadness, the grief, and the negativity that has been focused on. Those are those three cups. When we do this for ourselves and we take radical care of ourselves, we stop focusing on everything that has hurt us and has been wrong. It's a part of our teachings in this thing we call life, and we start looking at the cup that God wants to give us, the blessings that are wanting to be brought forth into your existence and in your life. And so how is it that you are viewing? How is this being viewed? How is this being viewed? Okay, I feel that there is a lot of confusion. The Queen of Cups in reverse with the Seven of Cups in reverse. This to me is, we're seeing this through a broken heart. We are seeing this through heart pain, grief, confusion. We don't understand. How did it get this way? How did I get here? It's also through the lens of enabling people-pleasing and codependency. This is why it is confusing to us, because we have always thought that the more I love, the more I pour myself into this relationship, this person, it's going to be shown back to me. It's going to be reciprocated. Not when we have been in a situation that we are involved with somebody who has been just as traumatized and hurt as us. So our level, birds of a feather flock together. I was told this many moons ago. Birds of a feather flock together. Our level of dysfunction is going to attract and magnetize the same level of dysfunction. It might have different faces, might have a little bit of different scenarios, but it's the same vibration and frequency. And so this is when it leaves us feeling utterly confused and feeling broken. So outside interferences, outside influences. Okay, Temperance in reverse. This is overextending ourselves. There is no moderation. We just give and give and give and pour ourselves, where there is no balancing, there is no alchemy. There's no equilibrium. We go back to Archangel Gabriel. Archangel Gabriel has blown the horn, wants to connect with you, to show you clarity, to show you peace and harmony within yourself. Hopes and dreams, hopes and fears, I should say. Hopes and fears is one and the same. Okay, so the hope is, we have now the Five of Cups in reverse. The Four of Cups and the Five of Cups have come out in every reading that I've done, including this one. So that tells me that there's quite a few in the collective that are walking through this right here, right now. So the hope is that this river of tears, this depression, this sadness and grief is going to finally lift itself. Two of Wands. So then once we can be lifted out, that we can move forward into our future. Page of Cups, wanting a brand new beginning that feels childlike and free. This is about, finding our muse and that inner child within us, that we see the world as something new and coming, and looking at things from a place of curiosity and not sadness and not suffering, but of curiosity. It is understanding that we can move forward, that we have the ability to lift ourselves from this suffering and take a step forward into our future that is filled with love and acceptance and compassion and beauty and unconditional love. With all of that being said, this has gone on way longer than I anticipated, but I feel that it is very important to come out here and share this message with all of you. And if you you're still listening to me, I am grateful for you. I love you. Thank you so much. And so the overall outcome here is, I like to pull 3 because it helps me. Here we are. All right, the outcome of all of this. If you are still listening to me, thank you so much. I love you. The overall message, if you are hearing and resonate, now mind you, this is a general reading. If you resonate and see yourself in this reading, you can connect with me. I'm going to put a link in the description box below how you can connect with me so I can give you a personal reading into your own circumstances, because this is a general reading. I'll put that in the description box below. So if you've been resonating with this, the overall message is the Eight of Wands with the Chariot and the King of Cups. This is about movement forward. This is about finally moving forward with clear communication. King of Cups, emotional stability within yourself. This is you, the viewer. This is having emotional stability within yourself. This is about healing that has been needed for your heart. This is beautiful energy. This is about healing of the heart. This is about knowing that you still do have the capacity to love, and that you are lovable, and it is safe to love only when we take the time to go inside and reflect and heal and rest and be patient and understand that we are worth the time, love, and attention.